Recently, the Shiba Inu has successfully recovered and is experiencing a rise in value. Celebrations are underway. Blackrock has recently disclosed an imminent event. However, this is where the situation becomes absurd. It is possible that the Shiba Inu will acquire it. This has the potential to cause a significant increase in the price of Shiba Inu. What is happening? Furthermore, what is the subject of my discourse? Well, allow me to elaborate. Welcome to Dr. Crypto, your daily serving of Shiba. This is the spot for you if you're curious about anything related to Shiba. If you want to keep informed about all the latest news forecasts and stay ahead of the crypto industry, subscribe. To get more Shib news, be sure to click the like button. The Shiba Inu community is experiencing an exceptional day today. The price has ultimately refused to decrease after what seemed like an interminable struggle, and instead it is actually ascending. This is not an extraordinary surge, however it is significant in light of the state of affairs just a few days ago. Shiba Inu appeared to be ensnared in a pattern of decreasing daily. It was disappointing for the community and exasperating for investors, as many were uncertain as to when or even if the upward trend would reverse. However, at this time, the script has been reversed. In the last 2 days, there has been a significant change in the situation. Shiba Inu's price has begun to stabilize and even increase gradually, as opposed to adhering to the same downward trajectory. While it may not appear to be a significant change, the persistence of a cryptocurrency's price after days of hardship is a strong indication that something is changing. And that is precisely what is occurring at this moment. The market's recent dread and uncertainty are beginning to dissipate. Confidence is gradually regaining its footing in their absence. Investors who were previously hesitant are now beginning to feel more confident in their decisions, as the extreme volatility appears to have subsided. For the time being at least, and when one takes a step back and examines the broader context, the situation becomes even more captivating. Shiba Inu is truly exhibiting signs of stability when you examine the performance of the past week. This is a significant alleviation for owners who have been observing the price decline on a daily basis. Stability in the crypto space is not solely about maintaining value, it is also about providing the community with an opportunity to decompress. Ultimately, the market's consistent fluctuations induce anxiety and ambiguity. However, as the situation begins to stabilize, it establishes a foundation for potential expansion. This transition is not merely a series of numerical values on a graph. It provides a psychological lift to the complete Shiba Inu community. The price's refusal to decrease further and even begin to increase incites a newfound sense of optimism. It suggests that the selling pressure may be subsiding and that purchasers are entering the market with greater assurance. Naturally, cryptocurrency is perpetually unpredictable, and anything can transpire. However, the market is currently exhibiting indicators of potential resilience. Presently, all eyes are fixed on the forthcoming events. Is this newfound stability likely to endure? Will it evolve into something even more substantial? The subsequent days will be critical in determining whether this is merely a transient pause or the commencement of a new upward trend. However, for the time being, one thing is evident. Shiba Inu owners have finally found an explanation for their renewed optimism. Additionally, this is the most noteworthy aspect. This is not a mere pump that vanishes overnight. This action, according to one expert, actually positions the Shiba Inu to ascend significantly. It is not merely a minor victory. It is a warning that something significantly more significant may be approaching. According to Javin Marks, a crypto analyst, Shiba Inu continues to adhere to a long-term breakout trend that originated in early 2023. During that period, it emerged from a resolute downward trend that had previously impeded its progress. After successfully surmounting that obstacle, it returned to evaluate the same level. It remained steadfast, rather than plummeting once more. That was the instant when everything changed. The intense selling pressure that had been pulling it down began to disappear as buyers stepped in. Marks also identified a technical indicator known as a concealed bullish divergence, which frequently indicates a substantial upward movement prior to its occurrence. Furthermore, He anticipates a substantial price increase, potentially exceeding 4 times its present value, as a result of this configuration. This type of action would be significant not only for investors, but also for the whole Shiba Inu society. Marx is adamant that the overarching picture remains optimistic, despite the market's fluctuations. He is of the opinion that the Shiba Inu has the ability to continue to increase in popularity until 2025, provided that this trend persists. If he is correct, the current situation is not merely a minor rebound. It has the potential to serve as the inception of something significantly more significant. Still, you may be pondering, what is the real story here? What is the cause of this price fluctuation? Is there an underlying event that we are unaware of? Well, let us step back and examine the broader context. This is due to the fact that Bitcoin is the single factor that propels the entire crypto market. Presently, Bitcoin is experiencing an explosive surge. A few days ago, it fell below a level that appeared to be in peril, causing anxiety among the populace. However, today, it has regained its momentum and is ascending to new heights without any apparent struggles. It appears as though Bitcoin has simply pressed the refresh button and has immediately recovered in full. Additionally, however, this is the point at which the situation becomes even more bizarre. Blackrock, the world's largest asset manager, has recently disclosed significant information regarding Bitcoin. The market is attentive to Blackrock's pronouncements. Consequently, the following transpired. BlackRock has verified that it has incorporated its Bitcoin ETF into certain investment models. Now, if you are unsure as to why this is a significant issue, consider the following. BlackRock oversees an extraordinary quantity of capital, and the decision to allocate even a modest percentage of their portfolios to Bitcoin is essentially a certificate of approval. It implies that they perceive genuine value in it, not merely as a transaction, but as an asset that is worth preserving for the long term. In conclusion, Bitcoin is experiencing a significant surge in value, and major actors are actively participating. All of this is generating a surge of enthusiasm in the marketplace, and imagine what? Shiba Inu is also experiencing this phenomenon. However, the issue is as follows. Although the acquisition of Bitcoin by BlackRock has generated considerable excitement, an analyst identified an equally significant development. BlackRock has also been selling, and not in a small amount. This week they sold Bitcoin worth more than $1 billion. Given the volume of sales, is there any information that they possess that we are unaware of? Is there any significance to this? Certainly, that is the primary inquiry. It is never arbitrary when a colossus like BlackRock makes a move. It is not solely for recreational purposes that they engage in buying and selling. There is consistently a strategy that exists. Some individuals believe that they are merely taking proceeds following Bitcoin's significant increase, which is entirely reasonable. However, there are those who contend that this may indicate the existence of a more significant event that is occurring in the background. It is possible that they anticipate some volatility in the short term, or that they are preparing for a more significant move in the future. In either case, the market is significantly disrupted when a corporation of this magnitude engages in both purchasing and selling. Additionally, this could have significant implications for Shiba Inu. The whole crypto space is affected when significant amounts of money are transferred in Bitcoin. If BlackRock is merely seizing profits, it implies that they continue to anticipate that Bitcoin's price will increase in the future. Shiba Inu typically follows Bitcoin's upward trajectory. However, speculators may seek alternative opportunities if their actions induce additional volatility, and that is where the Shiba Inu comes in. This is the most perplexing aspect. While we are discussing ETFs, there are rumors circulating on the internet that the Shiba Inu may shortly receive its own ETF. Yes, you are correct. The concept of a Shiba Inu exchange-traded fund is gaining momentum in the cryptocurrency sector. Lucy, a prominent figure in the Shiba Inu society, recently sparked a discourse on X by posing a straightforward yet impactful query. What is the time frame for the Shib ETF? That was sufficient to initiate conversation. The possibility is now being treated with greater gravity. Although there is no official filing yet, the pieces are beginning to fall into place. The SEC, which has consistently been a significant impediment to the development of crypto ETFs, has recently affirmed that meme coins are not subject to securities laws. That is a significant amount. It implies that there is now one fewer significant obstacle in the way. In fact, Grayscale has already undertaken the development of an ETF for Dogecoin, which is a significant indicator of the direction in which the industry is headed. Many individuals anticipate that Shiba Inu will be the next species to be considered if Dogecoin is approved. Currently, the only remaining step is to await the initial action of a significant exchange or asset manager. This could be a game-changing development if the Shiba Inu is indeed granted its own ETF. We are not merely discussing a diminutive compressor. This is the type of maneuver that has the potential to launch Shiba Inu on a significant bull run, potentially surpassing its all-time highs. An exchange-traded fund ETF enables large institutions, hedge funds, and serious purchasers to invest in Shiba Inu without the need to purchase and retain the asset themselves. This type of demand has the potential to trigger a significant increase in price. It has the potential to multiply efforts in ways that we have only dreamed of for those who already own Shiba Inu. Visualize the potential purchasing pressure, FOMO, and pulse of enthusiasm that could accompany it. Shiba Inu millionaires may commence to appear in numerous locations. One thing is evident in the midst of all of this. We must maintain a high level of self-assurance. As Lucy, the chief marketer for Shiba Inu, stated in her tweet, "A few steps back only set the path for hundreds forward." That is precisely the attitude that is required. Although the path is not always straightforward, each movement, shift, and transformation serves as a foundation for the subsequent phase. Therefore, maintain your concentration, continue forward, and refrain from allowing uncertainty to infiltrate your thoughts. The narrative of the Shiba Inu is not yet concluded. It is only beginning. However, what is your perspective on this matter? Comment in the space provided below. The day is over now. Remember to give it a big thumbs up to see our most recent material, share it, and subscribe to the channel.